Hello, everyone. Welcome to Game Over Cancer Day 2. I'm going to be your host for this evening. My name is Level Up Leo, and I hope you are all having an excellent day. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right started with the first game. And we're actually going to be seeing a race to start things off. It's going to be a Mega Man X. I believe this is a 100% category race. And we're going to have Aptamerica go against Giocci with a few extra friends on commentary. So you folks can go ahead and take it away.
All right, you want to start flying? What do you want to do?
I'm cool with whatever, dude. You want to kick it off? Also, what's going on, man?
Hello. All right, guys. Welcome to Mega Man X 100%. I'm Gio.
I'm Fly.
We're going to be commentating this race between two pretty good runners of this game. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens.
Do we have PBs on hand, Jep?
Giocci has a 35-45 and Apt has a 35-50.
Oh yeah, so they're real close. Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be a tight race.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially with the differing of strats between the two runners.
And I believe they are both going for the C3 route, so there's going to be some excitement to be seen early on.
More on that later.
Yeah. Are they runners ready?
Well, yes.
Okay. Gio, want to do the countdown?
I forgot I'd have to unmute for that part.
Yeah.
I guess we're just doing a verbal countdown. You guys can hear us?
I will be able to hear y'all the whole time.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Hey, everyone.
all right. So we're gonna get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, did they not hear you?
Did they not, I don't think they heard. I don't think they heard. I don't think they heard.
Oh, wait, they're going now!
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what happened. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So let's start off with the intro stage, which is the only stage where we'll see only walking.
Well, Penguin a little bit.
Yeah, I guess Penguin a bit, but most of the stage is going to involve just mashing the shoot button as fast as possible in order to get past these first B mini bosses.
Machine guns from both, nice. No double passives today.
Nice. If you you're gonna see the runners taking damage on purpose throughout the stage because we need to be on 3 health, I believe it is, for the Vile cutscene at the very end.
Yep.
So
less.
it's also easier to get to the faster to get to the other side of the B, so they're going to be utilizing that to just take damage off the Bs. And
it's pretty convenient the way it works out.
Right. And it seems both runners also have above 3 HP, so in order to actually get the rest of that HP away, they're going to be doing a strat called task cars to save a bit of time to ride on these cars here to get a bit of a speed boost.
Yeah, cars didn't cooperate for either of them, actually, but is that a good save?
The cars are loose.
Yeah. So what App did there, you might have seen it. I don't know if you were able to pick up on it, but the cars actually will like slow down when you shoot them. So he was a little bit behind. So he shot the car like once or twice, and it slowed down enough that he was able to jump on and ride it and get to the front. But they didn't cooperate quite so well for Giocci.
Okay, so you see how Vile instantly shot. Normally you'd have him punch X normally, but well, that's the reason we were getting on 3 HP in the first place. If he's on 3 HP, he doesn't have to punch you, actually.
Yeah, this is an unwinnable fight.
It is a losable fight, though. You can die to Vile.
It's one fight every runner always loses.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about dying. Yeah,
I'm talking about dying to Vile.
You can die to Vile, yeah.
It is possible. Okay, no Octo first. Let's go.
That's the real final boss.
Oh yeah.
Not doing Octo first.
All right. It seems both runners are pretty even going into the first stage of the game, which is Penguin stage, in order to get the dash boots to get the speed run moving along.
Yeah, I mean, Penguin is a pretty obvious choice for what Maverick to do first.
No,
Nobody
bunny
wants to
box.
be walking through the entire game, so you gotta get those boots and start dashing and going fast. After we get the boots, it's kind of like where this run starts to pick up speed a little bit. No pun intended. But yeah, it starts to move real fast.
Oh, another mechanic that you're seeing our runners utilize is slope jumps.
Oh,
So basically, whenever X is, I believe it's jumping down a slope, or is it walking down a slope? I don't actually remember.
for what?
For the slope jump utilization, I believe it's jumping down a slope.
Well, when you're walking down a slope and then you jump, you get like extra speed and extra height. You maintain that like down slope velocity and you get extra height on your jump. So I guess technically it's walking. You have to jump on the slope, but the walking is what, like, I guess initiates the.
Right, and
From my understanding, I don't know.
And some of these slopes aren't actually faced the direction that runners are actually trying to run. So you'll see some of them doing a turnaround. That's why you'll see them doing turnaround slopes to get like either extra speed or to get up to heights that they weren't able to actually get to before.
Jeff, we should talk about Dash Lemon.
Oh, we should actually. So basically, lemons in this game, if while you're dashing or at dash speed, your first lemon that's on screen will actually deal 2 damage.
Mm-hmm. And there can only ever be one Dash Lemon on screen at a time. So it's not like you can dash and fire, 3 lemons behind it and they'll all have double damage properties. It's just the first one, and you're not able to do another one until that one is, off screen. Whether that tanks, like Penguin there when he's doing his slide, he's tanking a lemon off him. That one will still carry dash lemon properties until it's fully off screen.
One of the worst Penguin patterns I've seen in a bit. A double slide and a triple slide. So the slides in this game are pretty slow. You don't want to see slides. I believe Giocci got a bit more fortunate with the Penguin RNG. I saw Apt get like a double slide and a triple slide, which is extremely bad luck.
Here we go, Jep. Quanger
stage.
Probably what every runner most runners consider the hardest stage in the game. I could also kind of, Mandrill's definitely up there for intention, but both stages are really hard. There's a lot of verticality in this stage, and doing this route, which so far is just standard iceless route, requires the trick called iceless, which we'll see coming up in a little bit, and we'll explain that as you guys are watching it.
Now, what I want to mention right now, at least more on app side, I don't believe Giocci goes for them, but you can actually kick through the ladders to avoid climbing them in some spots. So you are going to see Apt attempting some of those. I don't believe Giocci actually goes for gap jumps.
Apt attempting some of them? I think he's going to attempt
I'm pretty sure he's going to attempt all of them. But I just wanted to point that out because
for gaps.
I just wanted to point that out because that's a huge part of the stage. There's a lot of ladders in this stage, and you can skip a lot of them by just doing the gap jumps.
Yep, and they're very minuscule saves, but they look really cool. All right, here we go. Both runners going for iceless.
What we're looking for
got it first. Nice.
What we're looking for is a 7-pixel kick. I think
Nice.
Apt actually, what's it called? A bit behind. I think he got it faster overall, but
I believe he did less attempts, but he
less
did
attempts,
look like he made up some time.
yeah, he definitely made up some time.
Nice
over
gap.
Giocci there.
Nice gap.
Yeah, see, that's the gap jump we were talking about. They look really cool, and they're a pretty big part of this stage. There's gonna be a few more, but this stage especially has a lot of gap jumps.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more from Apt.
Oh yeah.
What we got for Quang?
Okay. So you can actually bait Quanger into keep headbanging if you jump out of his headbang at a certain time, which you're seeing Apt do. He actually, Apt in Giocci, I meant to say Apt actually recovered that because he actually lost it for a minute, but he recovered it quite nicely. So this is...
I was just going to real quick explain how Quanger RNG works. Basically, like anytime around half health, he can decide to stop doing his little dash headbang thing, and he'll go to teleports. And ideally, you want him to just continue doing the headbanging all the way to, until he's dead, which he can do. We call it a God Quanger.
Right.
All right, let's go.
This is the Chameleon third route. This is one of the hard parts of this run. Because you have to hit something called a Phantom Grab, which they're a pretty big part of this game.
Come on, Apt. He full sent it.
Yeah, he full sent it. He missed, unfortunately, but it looks like both runners. I believe Apt is going to ditch it here. But
go for it again. Go for it again, Apt.
But I believe what we're going to... what you're supposed to see there is a Phantom Grab, which if you have an item grabbed in your boomerang, and you collect it on the frame before an item is loaded in, you can actually grab that item or load that item in your boomerang, which is actually very useful in certain spots because doing that allows us to get the do Chameleon before Eagle, so we have his weakness. It actually allows us to use Chameleon Sting way earlier in the run, which we wouldn't have been able to do because the only other two methods are doing Octo Stage, which comes later in the run to get the water in order to reach that heart, or actually using a charged Ice Sled to do the Chameleon 5th route.
No, that route doesn't exist.
I think you made Apt a bit angry there, but
yeah. So Chameleon Sting is real great to get early because the charge Chameleon Sting is just full invulnerability. So you just pop it pretty much in every stage after this. You're just gonna see him abusing the invulnerable properties of Sea Sting like everywhere.
Right, and it's your reward for going through a absolutely brutal early game.
Yep.
Because this is just the first of our 2 Phantom Grabs that we need to get in order to start a Mega Man X 100% run.
Yeah, this run with this route, it doesn't even start until Mammoth. It's right. Most runners that run this route aren't even really paying attention until, they get to Mammoth, and then it gets a little bit serious then. So I guess both runners will be doing a revisit to get that heart, and you'll see the changes when they come back because they're gonna kill Octo and then come back. So you're gonna get to see C3 and C8. So you will get to see the changes with the water in the pit. That makes it easy to grab the heart. And we have another Phantom Grab here, so hopefully both runners hit it here. And it essentially works the same. All Phantom Grabs work the same. They just have different properties for what you can do. I think that's too far. He got it.
That looks like the really right pixel, but this is probably the most famous instance of the Phantom Grab, which is the Magic Carpet.
Magic Carpet, right?
We're gonna see Apt attempting it here.
Yeah, this is a really cool trick. It's really, I think it's
the mini dash.
Yeah, Curse of the R Dashers, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty like Gio said, it's a pretty famous trick, and I think it helped kind of broaden the appeal of people watching this game because it's a really cool trick to watch, especially if you have no idea what's going on, you've never seen it. He's not giving up on Lag City.
The helicopters got loose, man. I don't know what else to say.
Those crane arms are annoying.
Thankfully, this run is very unpredictable, so this is not necessarily the deciding factor in who wins this race, because there is a lot of variables.
I know you can hear me. Grab the extra life at the top here. Because he took a death in C3, and you have just enough lives to do what you need to do later on in this run. Actually, what you just saw on Giocci's side is another benefit to doing C3 route, is you have Eagle's weakness. So you don't have to fight him with Buster, and it kind of minimizes the pain of him not cooperating and starting to do dives. So
Actually, the main benefit of the route.
I thought he was going to forget, even after I told him.
Yeah, I believe Giocci's stocked up on lives. Lives are actually important. We didn't mention it, but the reason why we saw the runners actually grab a life in Chameleon stage is we need. Is it three lives or?
Dude, I don't even
4?
remember. I just know that if you
weird.
die, you need one. If you die twice, you need 2.
Basically, we need like the starting point amount of lives plus 1 because we're gonna be dying in a Dillo stage in order to get the Hadoken to meet the 100% requirement.
Yeah, Eagle's giving Apt kind of bad luck, but
Ooh,
with
the
C's thing,
bomb.
it makes it not so bad.
The swag.
Okay, so Berlin just said 3 lives in pause menu. Okay, so I guess when you're in Dillo, it's 3 lives in pause menu.
Yeah, it's just weird like that.
I never remember how many.
Here is actually a that's the reason why we do the iceless route. I forgot to mention is we have boomerangs earlier on in the run, so we're actually able to do the phantom grabs that we were talking about. And B, we're actually able to use the boomerangs in Mammoth stage, so we don't have to go all the way down to get the heart tank.
So I know Apt's pretty early in Mandrill stage or Mammoth stage, but if you pay attention to after he grabs the sub tank.
Oh my goodness, those blocks.
Oh, he got the instant blocks. Nice. App's gonna be going for the phantom grab. There's another phantom grab here. It does save time. It's mainly, there's no reason not to go for it because you don't really have to do any sort of like setup for it. A lot of times you'll just get it going at full speed, and you do have to be fast to get it. But I'm pretty sure App's gonna try and get it. So we'll see if he manages to do that. I think he's behind. He's not going to get it. Yeah. So yeah, you can phantom grab that heart that he just grabbed at the boomerang into your boomerang as you're going through that section, and it just allows you to not have to slow down to fire the boomerang and manipulate it to go down and all that stuff. Which boomerang manipulation is a whole other thing that we could spend an hour talking about.
Yeah, interesting routing for the Chameleon third route. We can actually do, now that we have Chameleon Sting in the Fire Wave, we're actually able to do Penguin Revisit right now. And the reason why we do it so early on is because we're actually save some time on the stage select. It's a very minor optimization, but especially runners of this game know like how big of a deal that is to like have an easier stage select, because the stage selects are they'll get you.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to do them at like warp speed.
Oh yeah.
And if you're running on OG hardware, those directional inputs aren't the greatest. So, but yeah, the only requirement to get that penguin heart is what is it? Fire Wave is the name of it, from whatever Mammoth's weapon is. But we would also claim that C Sting and Buster upgrade. Well, obviously Buster upgrade, but C Sting is also a requirement because it's just much easier to pop fully charged C Sting, be invulnerable, and just blow through every enemy that you come across. It can be done without it, obviously, but it's just
One thing I want to highlight about these runners is the difference of their strats they choose to do in especially like Mandrill stage. You're going to see Giocci releasing C-Sting a bit earlier than Apt is going to. You can kill a blue guy and start a charge later on so that you can have C-Sting for most of that hallway, while Giocci opts to have C-Sting earlier and kill the ostriches with ice. It's a nice little differentiation of strats.
Yeah, it's sort of like a half Zam hallway versus just full C-Sting hallway.
Right.
Neither one is faster. It just, at least I don't think, right? I mean, maybe half Zam hallway is faster if you get a drop from one of the light birds.
I wouldn't think so, because like Sea Sting, you have like I would think Sea Sting for longer would be less laggy, but
yeah, this stage is tough. Mandrill is like I said before, it's definitely in contention for the hardest stage. It's not so vertical, but
okay.
It's very tricky.
So this is what I mean. Apta just used Sea Sting throughout most of the hallway there. So you did a harder kill on the blue guy in order to reap the benefit of having Sea Sting longer in that hallway.
Oh, we're gonna see a different fight too, a Mandrill fight. So even though Giocci has armor, which reduces cuts your damage in half, I think, right? The damage you take.
Right. I believe it's like 50%, right?
Yeah. So this is another kind of little mini benefit to and it recently kind of made strat, I guess if you want to say made strat, is the Mandrill fight. You can stay right up in his face and take bonks on him and use that armor to your advantage because, obviously you're taking 50% less damage. So, and you'll see it. Apt will show it off. It is a faster fight. Yeah,
like
he had a little
Apt
trouble
is going for all
heart.
apps.
Yeah, Tiger said 50%. I was pretty sure it was 50%, but forget little things like that.
Another diverging of strats here is Giocchi's going to opt to kill these bats here, while Apt is actually going to go for another Phantom Grab. It's actually I believe he's going to go for a newer version of that Phantom Grab that O'Trial's fellow community member has developed.
O'Charles?
O'Charles, yes.
What's the name of that strat again? What did he call it?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Max Booty or something? Bootyless or something? I'm sure if he's in here, he'll say.
Mr. 153.
But yeah, so the Phantom Grab you're going to see Apt trying to go for. If you get it first try, is it still the same even if you do trials as strat? Or does it save a little bit more?
I believe it's similar.
Yeah, it's about 6 or 7 seconds if you get it first try, but you don't see that time save until the Dillo revisit, which would be the Hotto capsule split. Because you actually lose time in Armadillo stage going for it. If you get a second try, I think it's like 3 to 4, and if you don't get
no drop.
Oh, no drop. I was like, wait, is he not going for it? He didn't get a drop.
Another thing I wanted to highlight was Giocchi was actually hopping up and down off the carts. There are actually certain trigger points to spawn those birds that usually lag and cause a lot of lag. And as long as you're not on the cart at certain trigger points, the birds just won't spawn, and you'll have pretty much a lag-free cart ride. Apt is going to opt to go for a different version, I believe, because he hops off the cart. They don't. It doesn't matter which one you do. It's a matter of preference, but it's just another nice differentiation of strats.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see. Even though the general strats are all the same for the most part, you will kind of see the nuances between runners, and it's cool that it's getting shown off during this race. But yeah, for some odd reason, the trigger points are just X standing on being on the cart when you pass through certain points is what spawns the birds. Oh my god, look at this Dillo.
Do you folks have time for a couple donation reads?
Yep, go ahead.
Bill's going to be rolling.
All right, we're about halfway through the estimate time there. I just want to say thank you to Steve L, who donated $25 Canadian sometime between the 2 days of streaming. So they say, to the Speedruns event, good luck, JF. And then we also have a 67.27 Canadian dollar donation from Dillinator, who doesn't have a message with their donation. But if you'd like to send a message and a donation, go ahead and press !D in the chat, and go ahead and let us know what incentive you'd like to put that towards. !I in the chat to see what you can put that towards. Back to you, folks.
Yeah, I mean, messages aren't always. They're always welcome, but they aren't always necessary. Thanks for the donation. Great. Actually, it's cool to see that. You know, it's awesome cause that Strives is doing. Dude, Octo.
So, back
Hopping
to
around, dude.
Yeah. This is another point of RNG in the run. Well, there's a lot of points of RNG in the run, but this is another bigger one. We forgot to talk about Dillo, but I think we don't need to talk about it because
App did all the talking necessary.
Yeah. But Octo basically can do his tornado attack and lose some time. We can like mitigate the time loss by jumping into it and using Fire Wave. But there's still going to be a bit of time loss if you get that pattern.
Yeah, the old strat was to jump into the tornado and kind of just like mash your way out, but that can cause an underflow soft lock, and run's dead. You have to just reset. So then at some point, somebody figured out that Fire Wave is a constant 30 hertz mash, which is the exact mash you need to basically frame one break out of his tornado. So, and it causes no underflow as long as you're firing tornado firing Fire Wave as you jump into his tornado. So it's a cool little trick, and it might not seem immediately apparent why they're switching to Fire Wave if you happen to notice it, but that's why. Octo's not being kind to Apt either, really.
Yeah, another thing to notice is now the runners have to go revisit Chameleon stage for the heart tank because of the missed Phantom grabs in that stage.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to forget when you're just on a roll.
That just happened and I already forgot.
But we're back to Dillo stage for we're gonna be seeing this stage for a couple more minutes because we need to see a certain spot 5 times. The first time we actually saw in the first Dillo visit.
Yeah, a little cheeky visit for Hotto Capsule there.
This is why we need the lives. We need to die 3 times.
Dude, I did it again. I was like, oh, Apps is doing the revisit already. Did Giocci do it yet or no?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did? How did I miss that, dude? I don't know.
But we're gonna see Apt attempt the this Phantom grab again. Oh, another thing to highlight is he's actually taking damage here for a reason. It makes it.
I don't know if that was close or not.
Yeah.
I don't know the visual cue for that set.
I don't personally use that strat, as cool as it is. But the reason why he actually took damage there, and it's something that we forgot to mention when the runners were actually going for C3, it actually makes it a bit easier to actually get the Phantom grabs if you're missing either ammo or health when you get that respective drop, because when you collect that drop, you need to hold right on the next frame, and if you have a buffer frame, you won't need to you won't have as precise of a window to do it.
Yeah, I mean it's not obviously necessary, but you'd have to kind of have a screw loose to not take that damage.
Yeah, you'd have to have like a doctorate or something.
Yeah, PhD in something. So the Giocci's in the capsule. I don't know if that timer you think accurate? 26.4x. Oh well, yeah, it probably is because I forgot they had to do the C3 again. I forgot they had to do the C3 revisit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this race is actually still very close. Fortress is a pretty brutal gauntlet with some pretty well-known points of RNG.
Yeah, this run will be decided by Fortress.
Going for leap. Nice. That's a cool little trick there to not have to you'll do like a little cycle skip on the platforms and not have to climb the platforms at all. You just straight skip a cycle and go straight up the wall. So,
Fly, I wonder if App's actually gonna go for a leap, if you know what I mean.
oh no, he's gonna, dude.
No.
You know
I
what he's
wonder if
going for.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to see if he goes for leap or not, or if he goes for the alternate strat.
Well, you know he can hear us, right? Supposedly.
Yeah, I know.
Tell him.
Yeah, I know.
Tell him to go for it.
Oh, I'm not telling him to go for it. I'm just like, I'm just speculating, you know.
Yeah, you might see something new and cool.
By the way, Giocci
on
just skipped
screen in a little bit.
the vial cutscene by not touching the floor of the cutscene trigger.
Yeah, that skip is actually really easy to do. Like anybody could do it once you learn how it works. But
Oh yeah,
on the surface, it's like, whoa, what just happened? If you're familiar with the game, you'll realize that there's no actual cutscene that played. Like it played during the fight to the vial. I don't know, vial ride armor, or whatever you want to call that thing. He's
Let's
in
see.
neck.
Oh,
Yep, he's going for it.
it.
Got the drop?
Oh. So Apt was actually going for a relatively well, it's not technically a new strat. It's just now, as of like I believe a year ago,
Yeah.
was optimized for runs.
Yeah, RTA
this-
knew.
Right, the Sigma 1 carpet, or Optifly. And it saves, I believe, around a second if you get a small health drop, and around 2 if you get a small ammo. I don't have the exact frame values on hand, but it's a pretty nice time save. But it is a pretty difficult strat.
Yeah.
But of course, Apt was going to go for it. He's a madman.
Yeah, it's tough. They want to fly the carpet like to a point where it'll despawn inside that hallway, and ideally you want to be positioned on the carpet where you can get it to fly all the way, and it'll kind of push you up over the wall, I think, or push you into the wall, something like that. I
Nice
forget
fighter
exactly.
Hado from Giocci. That's you have to like actually get pretty good at reading the patterns before actually. That's the hardest part about that fight. It's not the actual Hado itself. It's the reading the patterns.
Yep.
I've had a bit of trouble with it myself lately. So even when you're been running this game for a bit, the spider will still get you sometimes.
Yeah, you'll get rusty at reading that pattern real fast.
Oh yeah.
Sigma 2. Everybody's favorite stage.
Oh yeah. The most skill-based stage in the whole game, I think some people call it.
Apt might have to readjust here. Yeah, he did.
I was very, very scared that he was gonna go for
yeah, Klanger skip. Yeah. I mean, he did miss every fandom grab, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's like, you know what, I gotta hit at least one.
I mean, there's still Sig 2, but
yeah, he could go for Sig 2.
we don't
don't
talk
wanna
about
give it
Sig 2
away, just in case, yeah.
But
Yeah, looks like they're about a half a stage or not. Yeah.
the reason why I was
Half a quarter of a
joking
stage
about
separation.
like Sig 2 was just because you can do the stage pretty well, and it doesn't matter because the entirety of the I mean that's a lot of the stages, but this stage especially, your split time's very much dependent on the Rangda Bangda pattern that Giocchi's coming up on.
You're at Rangda's mercy for sure. Oh,
So Blue Eye Rangda, and the
Static
lazy
Red
red
Eye?
eye. Yeah.
oh,
That's
he did
it's
miss
a pretty
the final
decent
shot
pattern.
there. You gonna get one cycle nose? Nice. Nice.
Cycle nose.
That was a nice fight, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
he handled that well.
All right.
Most people, I mean, I don't know about most people, but some people will practice only for double Hado pattern, and then when they don't get it, you've already lost so much time that like the fight goes a little squirrely. But yeah, he definitely handled that really well.
All right, time for the armadillo skip, which this camera is actually a bit weird. You can actually nice gaps from app, by the way.
Oh, did you get them all?
I didn't see the first one actually, but I was in the middle of a Dillo explanation. I just had to point out the gaps, but basically the camera's a bit weird there. So if you push the ice sled at a certain point, while the camera is still like panned down, Dillo's only gonna spawn if the camera is at a certain point. So as long as your camera doesn't reach a certain point, you won't even have to fight Dillo. It saves like quite a significant amount of time, actually.
Yeah, the camera's really weird where like the panning up of it, like when you hit a door, it'll like pan up on certain doors, and that's what like triggers the fight. So for like having dropping the sled and standing at a certain point and having it like push you through, I guess that camera trigger point just causes Dillo not to spawn at all. And we completely missed Giocci hitting Air Hado, which is a really cool trick. Again, one of those like Dillo skip and Air Hado are on the surface they look like they could be difficult tricks, but they're really not too bad. As far as like some of the more, I mean, there's some pretty difficult tricks in this game. So
yeah, I don't think a lot of the individual most of the individual tricks aren't too bad.
Yeah.
It's just hitting all of them in a single run
Yep.
is so difficult.
And like 95% of them are in Sig 3. When you're on pace, it's like the second to last stage you need to do. And you gotta hit all these dumb tricks. Oh,
it looked like a really fast setup. It looked like it was pretty. I think it was a tiny bit too far right, I believe. But but very nice backup from.
It makes up for Dillo being a jerk earlier.
Oh yeah. That still cost a lot of time.
We were doing Spark Chase. Oh, missed a dash. That's all right.
Oh yeah, Spark Chase. Just a little another optimization. Ooh, is he gonna have?
Gio's coming up to or Giocci's coming up to Dom Dukin.
The lemon.
Got a lemon Dukin. Nice backup.
Alright, the easy pattern. Nice. Nice Air Hado from app. Okay, so now that we have Air Hado there, I can explain it better. Basically, you can do the quarters. In order to do that Hadouken, first off, you need to do a quarter circle forward and then shoot. You can actually do your quarter circle while you're on the sled. You can pause the game and then shoot once you swap off of it. And there's going to be a small frame of small window where you can actually press shoot, and the Hado will come out when the game still thinks you're standing on the ice.
And that explanation was a good segue into what you saw Giocci just do, where he tried to Hado the tank, D-Rex, because that window is. I mean, it's a pretty large window you have before needing to press shoot, and that's kind of what Giocci was doing. He was abusing the time you have between pressing that forward input or that quarter circle forward and between shoot. So what he was doing is he was dashing up. He was inputting the quarter circle forward, then he was jumping to just high enough to kind of snap to the edge of the tank, and then pressing shoot. But if you press it a little too early or you rush it a little too bit, you'll be in the air, and you obviously can't Hado in the air. So he fired a lemon, but he did get the lemon Dukin, I guess, which is the lemon followed by the Hadouken, because he was still within that buffer window.
By the way, time's coming up here for Giocci.
Yeah. And time for him. 36:43. Nice.
If that timer's what's it called? Because I remember the star was a bit weird.
Yeah, so you're gonna get another chance to see Dom Dukin here.
Ooh, just a bit too far.
There. Nice.
Okay, nice.
Both got the good backup pattern.
Right.
Yeah, he has two different backup. Well, I think it's two, right? It's only two, right?
I don't
The
remember.
snap down and the
I'm
angles.
I'm just always whenever I miss Namdi, I'm just like I just want to
Run's
see
dead.
that easy. I just want to see that easy pattern. If I don't, I just have a meltdown.
A mega meltdown supreme.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I knew he was gonna do this.
So yeah, Apt, we're gonna see him climbing the right wall
Yeah, we're not gonna
of
talk about that.
of Sig 4.
Don't give him the satisfaction, Deplo.
He climbed the right wall. There's nothing else left to say about it, but it's just an Apty thing. Oh, I guess while we're here, I can mention it because I don't think Giocci did it. You can actually buffer your Hadokens, so you can get them out for your first frame. I believe Apt is going to do it here. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can actually do your inputs before the fight even starts at a certain point. Well, your quarter circle forward, I believe, and then your shoot at a certain point, and you can actually get it out pretty much the instant the fight starts. And you just saw Apt do that beautifully.
Yeah. This game handles buffered inputs like very weirdly because they don't work everywhere. They only work in like very specific spots.
This is one of the qualifieds of all time.
Yeah, he's memeing now.
This is pretty cool.
Time's coming up for Apt.
And time. GG.
38:54. GG, both runners. Yeah, that was Mega Man X. 100%.
It's a nice showcase of different variation of strats among the many different stages. Even though the runners did the same route, they're completely different runs, like showing how bad the RNG in this run can be in some cases.
Yeah, seeing the top level route with different like different individual stage strats is really cool.
GG, Mr. Aptamerica1.
GG Giocci. Well played.
How'd you guys
Well
feel?
played, yeah. Oh, exhausted.
How'd you feel about your run though? Exhausted?
Yeah, I already played a trifecta today, so
Madman.
yeah, I feel
Wild.
like my run was fine-ish, except for missing C3. That annoyed me a bit because the drop pallet came in way too early. But besides that, I felt like fine. And I did something new today. Usually I always like ghost my opponent. Like I check their screen where they are. I just focused on my game today, so I didn't know how your run was going until I finished and checked it in.
Badly.
Giocci, it could be worse. You could have missed every single phantom grab in the game.
Just like my very honorable opponent, or what's the notion here? All of them, nice.
All 8 of the ones I went for.
Bro, you full sent it on C3. I was like, damn, he's sending it.
I mean, what else am I gonna do?
Wild.
Could you hear me when I told you to get the life?
Yeah,
An eagle?
absolutely.
Dude, I really thought you were gonna forget, bro. You dashed past it, and then I was like, dude, is he really just gonna forget? I just told him to get it.
Yeah, because I don't know how to get it from the front. There's like no easy way to get the ring like up, back, around. You have to go past it and then turn around.
Yeah, that's the hardest one up to get.
Yeah.
Man, I was so relaxed when I when I found an extra life in Penguin. I was like, oh, okay, I can afford to die once, easy.
Well, you got a lucky one up? I didn't even see a lucky one up.
I got the one up in Pengu stage, like from the first or second
Oh,
round.
nice.
I was like super nice. Now I can totally
There you go.
relax. Whatever happens, like even if I die, who cares? So I can
So,
still finish.
Nice.
Agree to disagree that we're gonna blame that on Dillo, Apt?
I mean, I got no rolls. I was able to Hado him as soon as he came out.
No, not that, dude. The first fight.
I think he understood you, Fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got what's it called? No slides, no dives,
Yeah,
no
I got-
sucks. Like
It was the perfect Dillo.
exactly.
Oh my
I can't
God.
believe Geo gave you the satisfaction of talking about your right wall sig 4 climb.
I mean,
Why in the world are you climbing right wall? Like
it's half a frame faster. Climb right wall. in my opinion.
Makes every phantom grab save half a frame climbing right wall.
In your very humble opinion, it's half a frame faster. Man.
Yeah. Now I will say, right wall Sig 4 fight, that was just to annoy Fly.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
Just to nut him off.
Well, guys, GG.
GG.
guys.
Oh,
One
I'm sure
thing,
they got
because-
another runner
because-
coming up.
All
Because it
right,
wasn't
yeah.
scripted.
Sorry
Thank
there.
you for having us.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
always
for the
it's
help.
always a big pleasure and a like a thing of my deepest heart to be in Game Over Cancer. Thank you for having us every single time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. This is such a great cause, such a great marathon, and it's always a great pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks
Yeah,
for having us on comms.
Thanks for the race. Thanks for the help, comms, GOC crew. Yeah, really appreciate y'all. And the viewers, thanks for donating. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and I will see you guys on Sunday.
All right,
yeah.
thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Thank you very much for that race. Very entertaining to watch, I can say, as someone who was watching the whole time and didn't really know what was going on sometimes. That was the Mega Man X 100% category race. Stay tuned, everyone. We do have more runs. In just a moment, we have Battle Kid Fortress of Peril coming up, presented by Junkyard Dave. This is going to be the hard percent, so should be a good watch as well. We will see you soon. Keep those donations coming.